Hello, John Bloodworth, Gentleman Crafter here with another creative video. This time I would like to share with you a process that I've been looking at for the cut foil and emboss dies that you've seen me demonstrate here on this channel before. And basically it's a way to use heat embossing powders with any hot foil stamp or hot foil die. Now, there is a slight difference between obviously hot foil stamps and dies and your regular dies, so I'll explain that as well as the process that I went through to achieve the result you're about to see. So, without any further ado, let's crack on.
Just before I show you the technique, I wanted to show you a few examples of how effective this technique can be. So here are 4 different combinations of embossing powders and inks, and you can see hopefully from the pictures that I'm showing you that you'll get very different results depending on what combination you choose or you have available to you. The process is quick, is easy, and if you've been doing craft for a while, probably uses techniques that you are very familiar with. The starting point is of course the die or the stamp. Now what I mean by that is this particular type of thin metal die. It's a hot foiling die, so you have your regular cutting edge plus a flat region that will press into your cardstock. Hot foil stamps, by the way, are similar, but they don't have a cutting edge. So I'll start with a piece of cardstock. I prefer to use smooth, but you can use pretty much whatever you've got available. I've put a bit of masking tape on because I want to keep it in place as it's going through the die cutting machine. And whenever I'm using heat embossing powders, I will also use the anti-static pad just to rub over the cardstock to make sure that the powders only stick to where I want them. Now I've got my base plates for my die cutting machine in place, and I'm just putting a piece of scrap paper on top followed by the die, and the paper is basically so that I don't get ink all over the cutting plates. As you saw there, obviously I didn't clean my roller between using a black ink pad for this technique and this clear embossing pad, so therefore it's transferred and got all messy. There's a huge tip for you: just make sure to clean your tools every time you use them. So I'm using the brayer just to spread the ink over, and the reason I'm not taking the ink pad directly to the die is because when I press the ink pad into the die, it would get into all of the recessed regions as well, and I just want the ink to sit on top. So I'm giving it a few different directions and spreading that ink as far and wide as possible because I want a nice even coat. Once I'm happy, I'm going to slide that die off the paper onto the cutting plate. Put my cardstock on with the anti-static side face down. Then I'll put the actual cutting plate on top, run it through my die cutting machine, and then basically remove the outside card, and that was the point of the masking tape, by the way, a little hinge there so the card didn't move. And then I'll carefully remove the cardstock from the die. Now in some cases this will just pop out, in some cases it might take a little bit extra effort, but it depends on the die itself. Not too much to see here because obviously I'm using a clear ink pad that was basically coated in black. But now I'm getting a piece of scrap paper and I'm going to sprinkle on my heat embossing powders. I'm using quite a fine powder because this die is quite detailed, but obviously that will depend on what you're using. When I come to lift the die out, I'm actually just teasing it out with the tips of my tweezers rather than trying to grab it and mess it all up. Now you can take a moment to clean off a little bit of the excess around the edges, but generally it should come out quite clean. I'll just take a moment to pop the extra embossing powder back in the pot. Not sure why I didn't edit this bit out, because I'm sure you could have figured that bit out. But hey, everyone's a beginner at some point. Okay, heat embossing tool now. You've probably seen various different versions of these. This one's quite old and battered, as you can see, but still works. And basically I'm using my tweezers to hold this because I want to put it in the very hot airflow. So I've turned my embossing tool on, and as you will see, and hopefully as you can now see, the heat embossing powder is starting to melt and set in place. So I'll just work over the entire area. Oh, and by the way, this tip I learnt a long time ago. Actually, heating embossing powder from the rear of the cardstock gives you a smoother result than if you were heating from the top. So I chose to do this so you could see what was happening rather than me hovering the heat gun over the cardstock. But actually it's also a great tip. Okay, and there we go. Quick and simple. All done. Here's a close-up. As you can see, there will be some embossing powders on the edge, but I really quite enjoy this almost distressed look. And you'll see how that came out with other variations of the embossing powders.
So there we go, combining heat embossing powders together with hot foil stamps and dies. Easy when you know how.
That's it for this video. If you have enjoyed your time with me today, please remember to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for notifications of future videos. In the meantime, thank you again for watching, and I will see you hopefully next time.